The reason why I'm making this video today is because I'm really at some kind of a breaking point with my life and how I have lived my life up to this point. Because there's just been feelings growing in me that ultimately have always been there, but now I'm sort of waking up more and more to the reality around me and how ultimately I don't think I will ever be truly happy or fulfilled or, having a sense of purpose in this society. Because I don't know if you can relate, but do you ever just get the feeling that it's all wrong? Like if you look around you and you look at what we've built on top of this planet, like when I sit here and I look, I see the earth, and then I see all of the structures that we've built on top of it. Now, right here, right now, this might be a very beautiful place, right? A place that we haven't really, poisoned enough or poisoned too much yet, but it's all still happening under the surface here. As we know, that the planet is suffering under us. And if you look around, you just see, like if you're in a city and you look around and you see just like that we're literally on, a big patch of grass that we've just plastered over with cement, right? And now we're wearing our shoes and our high heels that, damage our bodies. And we walk around in them and we all act like everything here, that game that we're playing is so important, and like it's literally the meaning of life to play this charade every day that we've all been forced to agree and all forced to kind of find our place in. But evidently there's some people here that just don't ever fully put on these types of glasses, or that eventually just start to take them off, or like it's like you're seeing the world through like dozens of different filters, and then you slowly start taking them off one by one. At some point it just hits you deep in the gut that we've just kind of fucked up, and we're just kind of we've gone wrong. We've went the wrong way. When you look at everything, as I said, the cement, the plastic, the smartphones, the combustion engine, everything that we're still debating about, and then you look at what place we all have in this mess, right? Just keeping this machine running that we all just kind of don't even agree on. We agree on nothing. We agree on nothing. How it should be running, if it should be running, in which direction, should it go, whatever. And I'm just at a point where I'm just so done. I'm so done with the life that I'm currently living here, and I really understand now that the only way that I will ever find, or the only chance left of ever finding, true peace or happiness here, is to change my surroundings. I just feel like a trapped animal, trapped at my job, trapped in this cage, and just the wage cage, being forced to sell away your body and your freedom for time, just so you can barely afford to stay exactly where you are, or just like lose rights and lose power in that sense, monetary power, or like community. That's what I mean when I say power. That slowly gets taken away from you, but at a pace where you can barely notice it, and you're just always so exhausted and distracted, but just enough so where you can keep putting in the work and keep kind of making ends meet, but nothing more. And that's and that's exactly what I'm doing as well, right? I'm talking about these things, but I'm doing the exact same thing, right? This is just me trying to, let off the steam, or a little bit of the steam that's building up every single day that I spend here, and I look around and I see for what it all is. And yeah, it literally makes me feel like a trapped animal. There's many angles to, get even deeper into this topic, and I could talk about this for hours probably. But I'm just gonna focus on the work aspect for now, because this is really the biggest change that I need to make. And because I feel like work is always what kind of anchors you to a place, or at least that's what it is for me, because I have so much trouble, finding work that I don't hate so much that I quit, after a week. Or finding a job in general is hard, right? So I feel like that's always my bottleneck, in terms of like, I thought about, I need to get out of here a lot of times already, but usually what keeps it from happening is the fact that I'm like, yeah, but like, how am I gonna get the money? What am I gonna work? How am I gonna do things? But I really understand now that I'm just gonna have to find a way. I just have to find a way, because I can't keep going like this. This working these soulless, meaningless jobs will never fulfill me, and it poisons every aspect of my life. I spent all of my life working and trying to recover from that freaking work, and trying to not, off myself, because I'm so unhappy with the life that I'm living. And I've tried multiple jobs, right? It's not about the field. It's not about what you do. It's about ultimately this. None of this has any meaning. None of this is, and you're always just, I always feel like a caged animal, no matter what the cage exactly looks like. That's probably the best way to say it. And I don't know, I wish, I really had a great time in that aspect during the pandemic. And that was kind of like the first time I really woke up to the reality that like, I'm literally nothing but a caged animal. And then we kind of all went back to exactly the same thing we did before. And like for a month or two, people were kind of complaining a bit about it, and we were making memes about it. But now it's like, it's the same as it has always been. So I don't know what kind of scale apocalypse needs to happen until we collectively wake up, but like I can't wait for that. I just don't have anything left. That's why I'm not angry in this video. I'm really angry. I'm just so exhausted, and so I feel so soulless and so passionless at this point, and like disconnected from myself and what I truly, like my true skills and what I truly could give this world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I just miss like something real. Like, why does nothing feel real anymore? Why does everything just feel curated and just off? And maybe that's because I'm just done with everyone, right? I don't have anything left anymore for people, for things, for the stuff that you can do when you work enough to afford some little shit. But I mean, we can afford anything anymore, but like, people will say, oh, if you feel bad, take a day off and do something fun. And it's just like, I don't want fun anymore. It's just, I don't want just my life being miserable work and then just, just surface level distractions, and just nothing against having fun, but I think you know exactly what I mean. It's all just distraction. It's all just, and that's also why I feel like a lot of my issues, especially also with the depression and my lack of energy and my constant exhaustion, I'm really starting to question if it really is, much more coming from my surroundings than I initially thought, right? Because I don't care about anything or anyone really anymore. All my friends are, doing the same thing as me, trying to survive, trying to make ends meet, trying to find their place in the system. No one talks genuinely to me anymore. I don't know how any of my friends are truly, really feeling inside. And when we were still young, we were all like, oh no, we're gonna never be like one of these adults, and we're always gonna be like, friends, and we're always gonna stay together, and we're always gonna take care of each other, and we're always gonna be. And now that's not even a question anymore, because I don't even know the people anymore. You know what I mean? Because nobody is it feels like I haven't seen these friends in years. I feel like I haven't seen these friends in years because nobody is really truly present anymore. Or not necessarily present, but like just either unaware or just not willing to look at these realities, because maybe they all just don't have a solution either, and they're just trying to focus on what you can change and focus on what you can influence. And I totally agree on that, but like, to me personally, it's just not the way to go. I can't go on like this. I don't have anything to look forward to here, right? Just no day off, no week holiday is gonna solve this. No fun little vacation. Because the reality is, I'm not gonna do this over the next, 4 decades just to still own nothing. So this is just gonna be a promise to myself that this is gonna be the start of something. And I don't know what it will be exactly right now, but I will change my life.